You know, this morning the devil came to me and asked me one question.
What is the worst movie of 2016?
No, please, no, you can't make me. You have to review this movie or else you will die.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is how 2016 starts. I really don't want to review this film. Why am I even wasting time talking about this movie? It's it's not even a movie. It's a complete piece of shit that has no right to exist. It's a wonder why it even exists. It's completely god awful. It's completely abominable. It's absolutely cringeworthy and it's disgraceful. The studio who made this film, the guys behind the Alpha and Omega movies, they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves because they have made literally a complete god-awful movie, the worst movie of 2016, in fact. Hey guys, this is probably gonna be the angriest video I've ever done on my channel so far, and if you've seen my Ghostbusters rant, that's saying a lot. Norm of the North is about this polar bear voiced by Rob Schneider who enjoys talking with humans. That's right, after zero contact with humans and living his entire life in the Arctic, he can not only speak with humans but interact with humans and go to New York City without everyone screaming or freaking out. Yeah, but that's far from the only stupid, nonsensical thing about this plot, if you could even call it a plot. Norm has to go to New York City, get this, to save the Arctic from this asshole guy, owner of green homes, of course, green homes, to build houses in the Arctic. Why would we want to live in the Arctic? Not a clue. No fucking clue. This movie makes no fucking sense whatsoever. There is no script. There is no story whatsoever. There is no way in our real world that this story could possibly happen. There is so much wrong with this film that it would take literally the rest of my life to point out how much I hate this film, how much this film pissed me the fuck off. But to spare you guys, I'm only going to talk about this movie for, you know, for a decent length of a review. I'll do my best. I'll try not to get explosively angry, but I make no promises. Now, it's a fact that some people are going to actually defend this film with the excuse it's just for kids. Yes, it is for kids. If you've seen the marketing for this film, you will know right from the start it is a kids film. But kids films can be good. Kids films can be great even. Kids films can respect kids' intelligence because kids are not stupid. They can handle great films. They can handle great life lessons and dark themes and great animation. And in fact, the best kids' films, family films even, appeal to the adults as well as children. I mean, I loved a lot of timeless family films as a kid, especially the Disney classics. So, Norm of the North, an animated film in 2016, now that we clearly know how to make a great family film, of course Pixar has proven this. Norm of the North has no excuses for being this bad, not at all. And in fact, I've heard things from various screenings that the kids watching this movie in the theatre, they were just running up and down the aisle and they were talking to their parents. They were not paying any attention to the movie whatsoever because they were just bored out of their minds. They weren't even laughing. And the kids even wanted the movie to end. Even they hated the experience of watching this completely abysmal excuse for a film. And I've heard many people that just got out of the theatre and left. They never came back. So if the kids even hated this film, if the writers of this film failed to even please the kids, boy did you fail. So you can just imagine how it was like being in hell for me, a 20-year-old man, having to sit through this movie. The entire film I was just holding my head. I was in pain. This film was so bad. My head was hurting. I just didn't want to watch it. I could not look at that screen. It took all the ounce of willpower in me to stay, not to leave. I knew I'd completely wasted my money, and I was like, why aren't I doing something else? Why aren't I reviewing a better film, or doing my artwork, or spending time with my family, anything but watching this. Now let's talk about the animation of this film. Guys, the animation's bad, beyond bad. It's terrible. This is, I'm not kidding, some of the worst animation I have ever seen, period. It's ugly, the character designs are horrible. These guys, they put zero effort, zero care, zero magic into the animation whatsoever. Not all animation's going to be on the same level as Pixar, but they can at least make it good. That would have been enough. This is nothing short of terrible. They didn't even try. They were just like, oh, let's make the animation as terrible as hell, because who cares, right? In fact, this movie, it doesn't even look worthy to be theatrically released at all. It looks completely straight to video material. In fact, it was originally going to be a straight to DVD movie, but they decided for some reason to release it in theatres, because why not? Oh god. Because they wanted money. That was it. That is the only reason this has got a theatrical release. Now on to the characters. I hated all of them. Not a single character in this film was good, memorable, timeless, or had any charm or developed to them whatsoever. Especially Norm, who, voiced by Rob Schneider. God, I am personally not a big fan of Rob Schneider, but he was completely the wrong choice for the role. He does a terrible voice acting job. His voice does not fit the character design of a polar bear whatsoever. In fact, Norm, he's apparently supposed to be the king of the Arctic for some reason. All of the Arctic characters are like, you're gonna be the king, we look up to you. But, oh god, what have I told you, writers? Don't tell us he's gonna be the king. Show us why he's king material. Show us how he is noble, brave, willing to take on responsibility and sacrifice himself to protect his kingdom, like Simba in The Lion King. It's not hard. Show, don't tell. In fact, throughout the entire film, he does nothing worthy of being a king. And the lemmings were completely annoying. They were trying all the freaking time to be funny. I can see why people consider them complete Minions rip-off. Only the Minions had charm, were fun, and were actually inventive. These lemmings, completely forgettable, annoying, cringe-worthy comic relief characters that, in fact, they did nothing in this movie. They didn't have any reason to be here at all. And you know what's really sad? The They have the worst joke. They have piss jokes, fart jokes with the lemmings, all of the most juvenile humour with them you could think of. And the woman working for Mr. Green and Green Homes, voiced by Heather Graham, what purpose did she serve in the film? None at all. She had zero relevance to the story at all. And how did she not know that Norm was a real polar bear? How could she not tell that? In fact, how could none of the people in New York City tell that Norm was a real bear? And there was this completely unnecessary, cliched storyline that we've seen in pretty much every movie ever, where she's a parent who's not spending enough time with her daughter. Oh, that was completely unnecessary. In fact, that little girl even didn't have any purpose in the movie at all. You could have taken that subplots and those characters out of the movie entirely and it wouldn't have made any difference. In fact, and the Arctic characters, like Norm's grandfather, Norm's girlfriend, that's right, Norm has a girlfriend who gets little to no screen time and has no impact on the plot whatsoever. She was just there to be the girlfriend, that was it. And even Norm's grandfather did little to nothing. He just spends most of the movie being in a cage. And the other Arctic characters, like the CEO Norm hangs out with, completely forgettable. They didn't have any purpose in the movie at all. And the villain, Mr. Green, is one of the worst villains in an animated film I have ever seen. He was entirely forgettable, entirely cliched, completely one-dimensional, completely boring. I don't remember anything about him. Yeah, and Norm in fact even ends up working for Mr. Green to boost Green Home's approval ratings. That's right. That's how terrible a protagonist Norm is. He went to save the Arctic, but he ended up destroying it. Yeah, he single-handedly destroyed the Arctic, and he's the guy we're supposed to be rooting for. Yeah, and why would humans want to live in the Arctic? It's completely uninhabitable. There's also no food or water for humans there. I mean, why can't we just stay here where we are? And the climax of the film, I was supposed to care, but I was completely uninvested. They do the cliche where you think Norm's gonna die, but we know he's gonna survive. And the music in this film I don't remember it at all. It's just there. And in fact, the majority of this soundtrack is just abysmal, crappy pop songs. That's about it. And God, don't even get me started on the Arctic shape. Oh. So yeah, guys, my advice, I don't even have to tell you not to see Norm of the North. Anyone with a brain would go, oh, this is shit. I am not spending my money on this piece of shit. I would rather me and my kids go and see a better movie. Like Kung Fu Panda 3, for example, because that came out exactly the same month in America as Norm of the North. Please, guys, just take you and your kids to see Kung Fu Panda 3. That has infinitely better story, characters, animation, action, music, message, better everything. I mean, this movie has only got an unbelievably low 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's completely flopped at the box office. Well, I'm not surprised, since the marketing for this movie was terrible. I didn't even know it existed until I heard a lot of rants about this on YouTube, until I saw Chris Stuckman's review, of course. But after seeing it, I wish I'd never seen this film. I do not have the desire to watch this film in my life ever again. But if you like this film, of course, fine, great. Props to you. You were able to see something in it that I didn't. But But I can't see anyone watching this and not being bored, because North of the North is not just the worst animated film of 2016, it is the worst movie in general of 2016. I give Norm of the North 0 stars out of 5. It should burn in the depths of hell. So guys, have you seen Norm of the North? And whatever you thought, please comment below, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Twitter and on my Google+, and I'll see you next time.